what usually happens if we're implementing a new feature, it usually comes from one of us just like thinking of something that could be cool to have in the game, and then we usually have a meeting about it, like the whole team. We tend to not agree on everything with each other, so we kind of need everyone to be in on at least the first meeting.
Who argues the most?
Oh, that's a good question.
Is it you?
No, I don't think it's me. That's kind of biased, but I'm gonna have to be mean and say maybe Siv.
Oh, really? See.
Yeah, she has a lot of opinions.
Okay. Didn't expect that. Can you say hello, Siv?
Hi.
Yeah, so there's a meeting about the feature or mechanic or whatever, and then we usually, during that meeting, we come up with a couple of ways we could implement it, and then one of the programmers usually make like a quick implementation so we can test it out. And then we figure out which one we like the most, or not like any of them at all. And then we go from there and begin implementing. And then usually at the end we start getting in the art assets and stuff.
How many iterations would you say you usually go?
It depends really. Sometimes we get it on like the first try. If it's something that like the person who came up with it really did a lot of work beforehand. But sometimes we have like with some of the Wigged Out abilities, some of the characters I've gone through like tons of iteration. I think one major issue that came up after we began implementing the multiplayer, we had a lot of issues synchronizing the physics in the game, because there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of balls and other stuff lying around. So we had to do a lot of changes there by rolling out our own kind of physics system, not using the one in the game engine. And we had to do some sacrifices there with like how sophisticated that was.
Yeah.
But in the end, it turned out to work out like kind of the way we wanted.
And there's the challenge of Switch.
Yeah, more. So that's a different beast. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to figure out.
Yeah, Switch players will have a very nerfed version.
Probably yes,
Yeah.
somewhat. But I'm sure we can make it enjoyable for them as well.
But it's still ongoing, you know?
Yeah, it's still ongoing. There's been in regards to performance optimization, we did at some point implement like what's called the addressable system in the Unity game engine, which allows us to a lot more efficiently load in assets during runtime, which has helped a lot. Didn't really have to make any sacrifices other than like development time for that. But yeah, that's been a major help, and it's going to be very necessary when it comes to porting, because they have a lot of limitations on performance. So I think getting ahead of that is important.
And I believe now you are on the Switch port along the way.
Yeah, I mean, again, Switch is Switch, but again, yeah, the addressables is going to be vital for the Switch to perform. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I mean, innovative, I don't know about that, but again with the addressable system that we implemented, because we did have some issues when it came to like loading in the game scenes, because there's a lot of assets getting spawned in every round, and every time we change the level. And using the addressable system, we ended up with a very efficient way of just asynchronously loading in every asset, without having to like pause the game or anything, and without having to load an entirely new scene and stuff like that. We just swap out the old assets from the previous level, and we in the background load in all the new assets. And that happens like incredibly fast. There's just a black swipe across the screen and they haven't really yet.
So almost instant loading time.
Yeah, it can be, unless there's like a giant level that it might take a few frames, but
it's not.
It's easy to.
It's not noticeable.
Yeah, no. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eddie.